Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars. Welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today's pick a card reading is gonna be a message for you, okay? A mysterious message. We're only gonna know what the message is about as soon as we reveal your cards. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia. Hello. In the next clip you can choose between 3 images. No, not images. This time around, you can choose between wands. You know, like if you would have a magic wand, if you would be in Hogwarts and you had a magic wand, which wand would you choose? There are pens, but if I look at them, they look like wands, okay? So in the next clip, you can choose between 3 magic wands, okay? And then we're gonna look at your cards and find out what your spirit guides want you to know. What is the message for you today? A message from the universe, a message from your spirit guides, okay? So without further ado, choose your wand, okay? And I'm gonna see you in your reading, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1. So you chose this beautiful magic wand, okay? So let's see what your message for today is, guys. There was a lot coming through, okay? So bear with me when I talk very fast or I don't finish my sentences, because it means that there's a lot coming through and I have to get it out as fast as possible. But I'm trying my best to slow down. Okay. First of all, I want to talk about how you're feeling, okay? I'm picking up the energy that you have been putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy into something, okay? I'm picking up, oh yeah, first of all, I'm going to channel the energy and then we're going to look at the cards together. So I'm going to show you the cards basically as I talk. Pile number 1, I'm picking up the energy that you have been very, very consistent. You have had a lot of endurance when it comes to a particular area in your life, okay? I'm picking up that you are in general a person that you see it, you want it, you get it. This is the energy that I pick up here from you. I'm actually picking up that you being stubborn is actually, you know, like being stubborn can be seen from a dark aspect and a light aspect. But I'm picking up here the energy that Spirit wants to let you know, or the message for you today is that your stubbornness brought you this far, okay? Like being stubborn that you want something and you're gonna get it no matter how you're gonna get it, okay? As long as you don't hurt people, is a beautiful attitude, okay? So Spirit, I'm picking up the energy from you guys here that you are the type of woman, the type of man, the type of person you see something, you want it, and you're gonna get it, okay? You're gonna find a way. You're the type of person to find a way to make the impossible possible, okay? Or you're currently in that energy where you're starting to become a little bit more fierce, a little bit more bold about what you want, who you are, what you stand for, what your message is to the world. And I'm picking up the energy you have really grown the last couple of months and weeks is what I'm hearing. And your confidence has grown too. There's something about you have like a very fiery, passionate energy, and this fiery, passionate energy is going to bring you very, 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 very far in life, okay? But I'm picking up the energy that you have been feeling a little bit of stagnancy the last couple of weeks and months, okay? I'm picking up the energy that you feel like the universe is not hearing you, or something takes too long, or I should have gotten my desire by now. I should, I should be further, or like I should make more progress than I am making, or I should, I'm hearing now there's something about like insecurities are creeping in, because I'm picking up the energy that lately you have been feeling like, I put so much effort into this, or I have been praying about this for so many times, or I've been waiting. I've been so patient with the universe. I've been so patient. I've been trying to, let go and trust the universe and stuff like that, but nothing has happened, because I'm literally hearing like the song Lemon Tree. Okay, because I'm seeing here the Queen of Wands, which is your fierce energy. The Queen of Wands, if she wants something, she's gonna get it. Doesn't matter if she's gonna get it through magic, through her charm, through her energy, through her endurance, through her consistency. Okay, it doesn't matter. She's gonna make it happen. The Queen of Wands makes things happen. You make things happen. Your soul and your spirit is designed to make the impossible possible, or to make things happen where other people say, oh, that's gonna be hard, and you're gonna be like, try me. It doesn't matter if it's hard or not, I'm gonna get what I want, okay? And it's a beautiful attitude, okay? But I'm picking up the energy that this attitude hasn't been working for, listen, I'm actually hearing that the way you have been manifesting, or the way you have been calling in or creating your life, up until now it has worked really well for you, okay? Or up until now you have seen results, but it almost feels like there's some type of stagnancy in the air, where you feel like things are not moving as fast as I want them to, or things are not manifesting as fast as I want them to, or I've been waiting for months now. I've been patient with the universe. I feel like the universe forgot about me. Why is there such a big delay when it comes to my desire? Whoever, okay? All these questions of like, man, I've been sitting, because I'm hearing with the Four of Cups here, I'm sitting here in the boring room. It's just another rainy Sunday afternoon. I'm wasting my time, I got nothing to do. I'm hanging around and I'm waiting for you, but nothing ever happens. And I wonder, that's the energy that I pick up here with you guys, that you're like wondering why nothing is happening, or that you're wondering why the universe is not responding to you, or why things are just not, there's nothing happening, although you put so much effort into something, or although you are so patient, although you're so consistent with something, okay? Hear me out. There's a little plot twist. There's always a plot twist with the universe, okay? They're telling me that what you have, the technique that you have been, or even like naturally, the way you just naturally walked through life up until this very moment and this very time, has worked for you. Now, for what you're asking for, or for the next stage in your life, you are going to discover a new strategy. They actually want to talk about it. There's something about the reason why you haven't been seeing the results that you want to see is because what you're asking for is requiring a new strategy, or requiring a new way of doing it. There's something about, the interesting thing is, I'm hearing your spirit guides, and your spirit guides want to answer your question, because I'm picking up the energy. You had this question in your soul and in your spirit. Why am I sitting here in a boring room and it's just another rainy Sunday afternoon? And I'm waiting for you, universe, but nothing ever happens. like the song Lemon Tree. And spirit wants to respond to you. This is so funny because I'm picking up, there's like a spirit guide that you have, or like a departed loved one that is watching over you, and they actually want to respond, okay? So what they want to tell you is, or they actually want to ask you a question, okay? Just imagine the universe wants to bring something into your life. Doesn't matter if it's your true love, your future spouse, $10,000 income, a new job, new friends, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? So you're asking the universe, please make this happen in my life. Now, the universe is showing me an image where, I'm going to show you the card now, that's the Chariot here, but I'm picking up the energy here that the universe is showing me like two energies bumping heads. One energy is about your wish your wish being fulfilled, or your dream being fulfilled, or like your desire manifesting, okay? So there's one part of you inside of your soul and your spirit that believes the universe is going to make it happen for me, that believes I can achieve it. Like there's a part of you inside of you that believes I can achieve this. I can get there. I believe in true love. I know my future spouse will at some point stand in front of me. I know I can achieve this. I know I can be a successful, business owner. I know I can successfully get my driver's license. I know I can make it. There's something inside of your soul and in your spirit that tells you that you can make it happen. It is possible, okay? That you've seen other people manifesting so many big things, that you've seen the universe manifesting already a few things in your life, so it is possible, right? Now there's another energy inside of you that tells you it's not possible. It feels like it's bumping heads, kind of as if the light horse and the dark horse are fighting, okay? So I'm picking up that these two energies are bumping heads, okay? So it almost feels like your heart believes that something can happen because your heart is connected to spirit, to God, to the universe, but your mind is telling you it is not happening. Now you have to imagine, if you ask the universe, hey, please, I want this to manifest in my life, and you send this prayer out and your spirit guides heard it, they constantly have to fight. Just imagine that this energy, that the universe constantly has to fight against your own thoughts, like your thoughts that tell you this is not possible, or this is not going to work out and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong about thinking these thoughts. We're going to go through how you can let go of these thoughts, okay? Because I'm also hearing don't shy away from getting a coach, but it almost feels like that spirit guide that is watching over you actually wants to coach you. Something about like coaching you or reprogramming your mind, okay? So they're telling me that they constantly have to fight against your negative thoughts, okay? So your negative assumptions, your negative thoughts, or thoughts that you've had, belief systems, beliefs that you've had for years, kind of like manifesting takes very, very long, or life is hard, or like all these things, like all your thoughts, like Spirit wants to ask you if you would write down a list of the thoughts that you have constantly every day, like the most prominent thoughts that you have. If you would make a list and write out your most prominent thoughts, kind of like, I'm never gonna meet my future spouse, the universe doesn't hear me, manifestation only works for other people. Write down a list about all the thoughts that you have in mind throughout the day, because some thoughts, they come and go, but other thoughts, we have them day in, day out. When we wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that we think. When we go to bed, that's what we think. When we walk outside, that's what we think. When we drive to work, that's what we think. So if you would make a list and write down everything that you think about, okay, would you say that these thoughts help the universe to bring something to you, or are your thoughts fighting against the universe bringing something to you, or is it fighting against something manifesting? Okay, because the universe is telling me, or wants me to ask you, who's causing the delay? Is really the universe causing the delay, that something is not coming to you, or is it your own mind fighting against a blessing coming towards you, because there's certain thoughts that block off that energy? Does that make sense? Also told me thoughts become things, okay? So I actually want to read out like a lyrics to you because they brought me there. Thoughts become things. Okay. They want me to help you to activate your brain power. Like I'm hearing brain power or something like that. Okay, so the quote says, thoughts become things. And the lyric says, when you're young, before the world swallows you up with a day-to-day grind, you have to believe that real knowing that you can do anything, that there are no limitations. When you begin to learn the great secret, you will soon know that there are no limits. It's unlimited what the universe can bring when you understand that great secret, that thoughts become things. Remember back when you were young and you thought you could do anything? Remember back before the world told you that you were limited. Be careful what you think, because thoughts become things. Choose what you think about, because you are capable of anything. Choose what you think, because thoughts become things. Be careful what you wish for, it's on its way to you. Take your time to learn the secret truth that you can still do anything. There's no limits to your power. What the universe can bring is unlimited. Be careful what you think. Now, Spirit is saying they want you to come up with a strategy to trick your own mind into working for you. There's something about your mind is still working against you, which is the reason why what you're thinking about is not yet there, okay? It is not the universe withholding a blessing. It is not that you actually have to be patient, because I hear a lot of like tarot readers and stuff like that. You know, everything in balance. Sometimes it really calls for you to be patient. But if you know you have been patient for months and there hasn't been no progress, there might be something else that is blocking or clogging, okay, the progress. Not your patience, but maybe something else. And Spirit is actually saying here, the delay is due to your own mind, because your mind is not working for you. Your mind is still working against you, or in certain aspects. Even if you tell me, you know, I'm usually a very positive person, there might be a specific area in your life. Let's say you have very positive thoughts about your finances, but when it comes to love, you still have like a very negative mind, or the other way around. Or you're really good at talking to people, but you're not good with your finances and stuff like that. So this can even be like, even if you tell me I have quite like positive thoughts, this might be in a particular area, or this might be like a thought that is very, very much hidden, okay, in your conscious or subconscious mind. I wrote down some notes, okay, and I want to ask you a question. Is this really your brain when you don't consciously choose your own thoughts? If you're not controlling your thoughts, who is controlling your thoughts? Because sometimes we have thoughts and we know they're not helping us. Let's say like, you know, I want to meet new people, but then I'm thinking to myself, these people are not going to like me. Why would I consciously choose a thought in my mind that first of all hurts me, and second of all tells me that nobody will like me? This is not me consciously choosing that thought, is it? That would not make sense to choose such a negative thought when I want to meet new people. So the question is, who is controlling your thoughts if you are not controlling them, okay? Now, I want you to take the word control with a grain of salt. We're going to talk about that in a second. The question is, who is running the show? Who is running the show in your mind? Because your thoughts create a show in your mind. Okay, you can literally, like, if your mind would project, you know, like a movie onto the wall, the movie would be made out of your thoughts. You create the movie that is happening in your mind. And then the movie that is happening in your mind creates your reality. So the question is, if you don't consciously choose what you think, is it really your brain? Okay, now I know that there needs to be a balance of letting thoughts come and letting them go, okay? Because I'm not talking about like controlling your thoughts and sitting here and just controlling everything that you think about. It's very like exhausting. But what Spirit is saying is they want you to be a little bit more aware of your thoughts. For example, you tell yourself, man, I'm always late. Why? Like when you realize that you highlight a very negative trait about yourself, that you catch yourself thinking negatively about yourself, like, oh, I really think negatively about myself. How can I turn around that thought? And you don't have to be perfect. It might even feel a little bit weird to think to yourself like, you know, like, let's say, for example, you've had like a lot of problems finding a job. And then you consciously, like every time you catch yourself thinking, oh, I'm not good at finding jobs, you're sitting back like, okay, you know, because you're controlling, or you're like, you are running the show basically. So you're telling yourself, okay, that was like a very negative thought. I want to change the energy in my life. I want to change my reality. So let me try to switch up that thought into it's easy for me to find a job. And it might feel a little bit weird in the beginning, but it is important that you catch yourself when you have certain thoughts, okay? There's something about what Spirit is asking you to do is they're asking you to consciously choose your thoughts, okay? For example, you can make a list of what you want to believe about yourself. It's easy for me to manifest like a romantic date. It's easy for me to convince people of me. It is easy for me to, you know, flirt with people. It's easy for me to spark or start a conversation with people. It's easy for me to make money. It's easy for me to always find an option or always find a solution to my problems. It's easy for me to even, like, it's easy for me to reprogram my subconscious mind every time. Like, the interesting thing is I was showering, okay? And I was thinking to myself, I was thinking something to myself, and then I realized every thought that you have, you can argue against it. Kind of like, it takes so long to become a millionaire. You can debate against it and say, no, in my reality, I become a millionaire very, very easily and very, very fast, or the universe works for me very, very fast, or my prayers manifest very, very fast, or the change in my life manifests very, very fast, or as I reprogram my subconscious mind, within 2 weeks I see results. It's kind of like you can choose. Like, Spirit wants to let you know that you can choose the thoughts that you think, okay? You don't need to just, it almost feels like, you know, reacting to the world and what happens, okay? Instead of just letting thoughts happen in your mind, or instead of just letting things happen, because again, there's always a balance, but there's a balance between letting things happen and taking control. In this case, Spirit is saying you are very good at letting things happen, and you're also very good at taking control, but they kind of want you to merge these two energies together, kind of like reprogramming your mind to think differently, okay? So basically the message for you today is, maybe it's not about you sitting down and being patient. Maybe it is about you reprogramming your mind into a mind that is winning, like that you win in your mind, okay? That it becomes like a very, like, I'm hearing what Spirit is saying is, the message for you today is, create like a solid energy in your mind that very naturally thinks very positive thoughts. And again, they want you to choose the thoughts that you want to think. So create a list of all the thoughts that you want to think, okay? Of all the things that would really benefit you if you would think them, okay? So that you become aware, like every day you open this book and then you look at those notes, like, it's easy for me to find a solution to every problem, okay? And if you read that every day, it starts to ingrain in your mind. All of a sudden, you very naturally think, it's very easy for me to find solutions to my problems. It's very easy for me to connect to people, okay? You start, your brain starts to rewire. Our brain is kind of like a computer. You can install things and you can deinstall things. You can delete things in your mind and you can install things in your mind. It takes a lot of practice, yes. And Spirit also wants to let you know, just because you don't think positive 24/7 from the beginning, don't beat yourself up about it, because it takes a little bit of time to rewire and reprogram the mind. But the question, or the answer to your question, is actually that your mind is still somehow working against you, okay? And as soon as you start to reprogram your mind, where you consciously choose what you think about, okay? It's kind of like choose your own thoughts. Is it really your brain if you don't choose your own thoughts, okay? And who is controlling your thoughts if it's not you controlling your thoughts, okay? And again, it's not about like pushing away thoughts and stuff like that. It's most of this energy of like catching yourself. Oh, this is what I'm thinking. Do I want to think that thought, or do I want to change it, okay? Do I want to change that thought, or do I want to change that thought into a little bit more positive, or a little bit more neutral, or a little bit more loving, okay? For example, you might even like think throughout the process like, oh, I'm not good at reprogramming my mind. Okay, I'm not good at reprogramming my mind. You can then consciously choose to think, it's not easy for me right now, but I feel like I'm getting better. Or every day it gets easier for me to reprogram my mind. Every day my mind is becoming a little bit more confident, kind of like choosing the most prominent thoughts, or the primary thoughts, like to have a list of primary thoughts that you think throughout the day, every day and every day and every day, and it's going to become very natural to you to think differently. But first of all, you have to catch yourself that you are not in control of your thoughts. I'm also hearing the mind is very easily influenced. And if the mind is very easily influenced, it's important that the influence is positive, right? So if you had like a little brother, or if you have children, you would not want your children to be around another child that is always speaking negatively, or that is always doing bullshit, right? It's the same with the mind, you know, positive influence and negative influence. And sometimes the negative influence is that we ourselves just let thoughts happen. We just accept our thoughts when we can choose to think differently. Spirit is saying the message for you today is choose to think differently. Choose your own thoughts, or choose the thoughts that are the strongest in your mind. Choose the strongest thoughts in your mind. Don't just let things happen. Or for example, like when you react to a certain circumstance, right? That day is shitty. You can then consciously choose, okay, the day has been shitty up until now, but my evening is gonna be freaking amazing. Okay, this is what I'm picking up here. There's something about take control of your own mind. Don't get so easily influenced by people, by circumstances and stuff like that. I'm also hearing Spirit wants to ask you, are you just reacting to what is happening to you? Because it almost feels like I'm picking up the energy of like somebody who says, this is happening to me, okay? And there's a lot of situations where things are really just happening, and there's nothing that you cannot control it. But it's kind of like don't let the mind use you. You use your mind. You are the master of your mind. Again, it's not always going to work that you have positive thoughts 24/7. It's going to take practice, okay? So don't beat yourself up when it's not working immediately, okay? Even in that, you can change your thoughts to, I'm going to take my time to reprogram my mind, okay? I'm not going to, because your thoughts might be telling you this is not going to work and stuff like that. But then you can debate against that thought and tell yourself, I'm going to choose to believe that it is going to work, or I'm going to choose to believe that I at least want to give it a try, like a solid try of 2 weeks, trying to change my thoughts and then make a profound, opinion about it, okay? There's something about sometimes we just have thoughts. They come from anywhere. Like don't believe everything that you think. Make a decision what you want to believe, okay? Run the show in your mind. Don't let circumstances just make you think certain things, because sometimes it's like on autopilot. We don't even realize how negatively we think, or we don't even realize that we have been repeating again and again and again, like in very negative thought, kind of like, I will never find my future spouse, I will never find my true love. And there's nothing wrong with that. This really happens. Sometimes we don't even realize it, okay? And Spirit is saying, step one is to dig a little bit deeper why you think that way, okay, and to find like the right spot where this thought is dissolving, okay, or an energy of, there's something about Spirit wants you to work with your mind. So when you tell me I have so many thoughts in my mind, I cannot think more thoughts than I already do, then this reading or the universe is asking you to first of all empty your thoughts, empty your mind, and then fill it with new thoughts. Does that make sense? So if you tell me, man, my head is so full of thoughts, I don't know, I cannot think more or stuff like that, then the first step is to empty your mind. And emptying your mind, there's a lot of there's a lot of strategies as to how you can empty your mind. What helped me was meditation and doing yoga, but it can also be detoxing from dopamine, kind of like not being on social media all the time, okay? So Spirit is asking you to find a strategy to trick your mind into working for you instead of against you, that you very naturally think positive, that you very naturally think like, oh, you know, I'm amazing, you know, and you really believe it, like that you very naturally think. And again, it doesn't really come natural because you practice it, but it's kind of like when you learn a poem or when you read a poem so much so that you know it by heart, okay? This is what I'm picking up here. There's an energy of like where you learn a new script so much so that you know it by heart, that it is very natural for you to speak or say that new script out loud, okay? So it's gonna be a little bit awkward in the beginning, but it's gonna become very natural, and then very naturally your reality is shifting, because up until now, where you are in this current moment is the, is the result of your thoughts, okay? Is the result of the thoughts that you have been telling yourself over and over and over and over again, okay? So Spirit wants you to change the energy in your mind. Spirit also told me I had to write all these things down because it was a lot. Spirit is saying, don't just let life happen to you, okay? Create life with your conscious decision which thoughts you want to think. Don't react to everything that is happening to you with your thoughts, but emit energy, kind of like things are happening to you, okay? And you react to it. That's shitty, that's good, sometimes we are also on autopilot, don't get me wrong, I'm doing the same thing, okay? Sometimes we're also asleep on autopilot, we're not realizing that this thought is repeating itself, like I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, and it's repeating, okay? And then you're waking up, wait a minute, why am I repeating that thought? Okay, why am I repeating that thought? The question is, why would you be like, where does it come from that you are against yourself? Okay, why would you be against yourself? Would you talk to a little child like that? Would you talk to your little child like that? Would you talk to a little baby like that? And if you would not, what is the difference between a little child that is about to grow up as an adult and you as an adult? It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of age, how long you've been on planet Earth. So why would you talk to yourself like that? Okay. So instead of letting things happen, I'm seeing an image of like somebody sitting, okay? And I'm not taking control of my thoughts. I just let the thoughts happen in my mind. And I let things happen. This person's coming to me, and that is happening to me, and that is happening, and that is happening. And I sit here and I don't do anything. And what Spirit is asking you is they want you to emit energy. Instead of just sitting there and letting things happen, emit energy. Okay, I'm going to put energy out there, okay? I'm going to visualize, I'm going to think this thought every day in the morning. I'm going to repeat, I'm good enough, I feel good, I feel really great. And then you start to put out energy instead of just letting things crash upon you, kind of like when rain is falling upon you. You start to put energy out, okay? And as well as your thoughts are running in your mind, okay? They're happening here and there. You have thoughts and you say, stop, pause, let me pause. Do I want to believe that thought? And if I don't, let me write down what I actually want to believe about myself. I choose, what I believe about myself. Once you have conquered your own mind, the enemy in your own mind, things are gonna manifest like crazy. You're gonna listen. This is the last, I'm hearing the last enemy to conquer, or the last, how do you call that? The last enemy, or the last opponent in a game is literally your mind. Literally your mind. The universe is taking care of everything else. The only thing that you have to conquer is your own mind. Or let's say rewiring, kind of like when you switch up and change the cable, changing the cable when you have a computer, changing the cable, or deinstalling an app and installing an app. If you would look at your brain as a computer, that's the last thing that you have to do, okay? That's what Spirit wants you to know. This is not necessarily about you being patient. This is about unlearning and relearning, reprogramming your mind, consciously choosing your thoughts, consciously training your mind to naturally be for you, to naturally think good thoughts, to naturally think, or to choose the direction in which your mind is going every day until it becomes very natural to you to think positive thoughts. Because once you start thinking, or once it becomes very natural, you don't even have to write down, I want to manifest this and that. You don't have to bury stuff under a tree. You don't have to do rituals. You don't have to get a manifestation candle, because your mind is the most powerful tool to manifest. Once your mind is really solid, really freaking solid, okay? And again, don't beat yourself up. It's going to be a slow process, but even if you don't want to believe it's going to be a slow process, if you want to believe that in 3 days you are going to have a brand new brain, a brand new mind, then consciously choose that thought, okay? If you feel oh, it's a little bit of pressure, I want to give myself 2 weeks, give yourself 2 weeks. You choose. Okay, and then your brain is going to be very naturally. These are if you think about the people Kim Kardashian, the reason she is where she is because she has always been thinking of herself like a goddess. When it sounds conceited, or I'm picking up the energy a lot of people that are in Hollywood are kind of conceited, okay? Kim Kardashian has been looking into the mirror and she told herself, I'm the most beautiful woman. I should be, I should be famous for nothing. My face is beautiful alone. My face is worthy of being famous on its own. And these thoughts are very ooh, girl, calm down. But because she has been so conceited, because she has been really thinking to herself that she doesn't need any talent besides her beautiful face to become famous, this is the reason why she is at where she's at. Because she has been always seeing herself in that kind of light. All the people, all the rappers, oh, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, I am the greatest, they say that and they convince themselves and they actually believe it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, because some people don't think Kim Kardashian is beautiful. As long as she believes that she's emitting that energy out into the universe, kind of like a Wi-Fi. Okay, those waves that she thinks oh, I'm freaking beautiful, every man wants me, okay, is the reason why it's actually manifesting, because everything is energy. And as soon as you have mastered your own mind, you will also be the master of your life. Things will not just happen to you. You choose what is happening to you, or you choose which experiences you're calling into you, okay? Whew. Okay. I think that's it. That was a lot. Sorry, guys. So there's something about your brain needs an upgrade, okay? You have a you have an old version in your brain. There's like an old app that needs to be deleted in your brain. There needs to be like an upgrade in your brain and how your brain works and stuff like that. That's basically it. I know I talked a lot, but Spirit was really coming through, like I couldn't stop. Okay, hey my beautiful pile number 1. I'm gonna get one more card here. Okay, so Spirit is saying again, there's an upgrade that needs to happen in your life, and you're gonna see that the delay that you're currently facing, or the stagnancy that you're currently facing, is really because your mind is not cooperating. Your mind is not cooperating, and it's kind of like you need to convince your mind to cooperate, to work for you, okay? There needs to be a change in what you primarily think, okay? And to consciously choose your thoughts here, okay? And again, it's going to take a little bit of practice. You're not going to be able to always catch yourself, but I'm also hearing like, even if you say like, I don't know how to do that, I have like a very busy schedule, to have like 30 minutes before you go to bed where you really choose your thoughts, okay? It doesn't have to be from the moment that you wake up until you go to bed, but to consciously have like a time frame throughout the day, you know, like in the morning, you know, like 30 minutes, you just want to think what you wish to think, closing your eyes, visualizing, okay, what would it look like if I was this confident version of myself and I talk to people? Man, that feels good to think about that. And you do that day in and day out, day in and day out. And this is how you install or ingrain new information. Imagine that your brain is like a net, it's like yeah, it is. It's kind of like, because the brain synapses, they're all connected, right? So if you would look into a brain, just imagine that all these like wires are connected to each other, okay? And as soon as you start to think new thoughts, the wires are going in a different direction, or you are activating maybe like a different part of your brain, the part in your brain that you haven't used for a while, that is all about like self-love. All of a sudden you activate like this part in your brain that has like where you have very beautiful thoughts about yourself. There's something about rewiring the brain. See your brain like a computer, like a tool that needs an upgrade because it's not sharp enough for the next thing that you want to do, or it's not cooperating enough. Kind of like as if you are working on your own brain, like taking out a screw, putting a new screw in there, changing the cable in your brain from A to B, now you're going to connect it from A to C and stuff like that, okay? This is what I'm picking up here. So if you don't feel like you can, you know, like consciously think about what you think about throughout the whole day, maybe just in the morning, maybe just in the evening, maybe just in lunch break for 10 minutes, putting on meditation music and consciously choosing what you want to think, consciously choosing the pictures that you want to see when you close your eyes. Okay, it's all about choosing, okay? Let me see one more. What do you want pile number 1 to know? Look at that. And as soon as you do that, listen, things are going to speed up in your life. You're going to be like, oh my freaking God, things are manifesting so freaking fast. I'm also picking up, as soon as you really put an end to this like enemy in your brain, okay, you're gonna see that there's some type of travel opportunity coming to you, or you will be able to relocate, something like that. For some of you guys, you might want to relocate or travel overseas. And even if you tell me like, how would a travel opportunity come to me? You choose your thoughts. As soon as I heal my mind, there's travel opportunities coming to me. And this is the thought that I choose to believe, because this is my brain. And I want to choose the energy that I put out there. I want to choose what I think. Okay? Okay, my beautiful pile number 1. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope this helped, okay? Because I know like sometimes the brain is really like, the problem is not the universe. The problem is not that you don't put enough effort. The problem is not that you are not patient enough. The problem it really is you have thoughts in your mind that are negative for no goddamn reason, or thoughts that don't even benefit you, and you're not even realizing that you're thinking them day in and day out, day in and day out. Okay? When your brain works in your favor, you are unstoppable. Once your thoughts once your thoughts, or once the show that is running in your mind is determined or is made up by the thoughts that you consciously choose to think, okay, that's when you are unstoppable. There's something about once the mind is healing, once the mind is working for you, once you are winning in your mind, or once your mind, once it is so easy for you to think positively, once it is easy for you to visualize, you are freaking unstoppable. That's the only thing that you need to focus on. I'm also hearing sometimes daydreaming and visualizing is the most productive thing that you can do. Not putting 10 more hours into the project, but your brain. Now, another thing before I leave you guys, there's two people. Just imagine two people, person A and person B. Person A has a lot of credentials, but they think very negatively, and person B doesn't have many credentials, is not as talented as person A, but their thoughts are working for them. They believe that they don't have to have so much talent to get chosen. Who do you think is going to get chosen, just energetically wise? Okay, beautiful pie number 1. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope this helped you guys. Again, there's just an upgrade that needs to happen in your mind, and you're going to be unfreaking stoppable. So your homework, Spirit is literally telling me, like, your homework is to find out what you usually think about when you're not controlling your thoughts. Write down a list and then look at what you're thinking. And is what you're thinking day in and day out reflecting in your life in a negative way? And if it is, make another list about all the things that you want to think about. I like to start my sentences with, it is easy for me. Like, it is easy for me to, I don't know, focus on my health. It's easy for me to lose weight. It's easy for me. This is what helps me. But you can find your own strategy. You can find your own strategy, but you can also choose, it is easy for me, or life is easy. Okay, and then or write down the thoughts that you want to think. Think them for a few weeks and see if that is reflecting in your life itself. If that is reflecting in your life as well, is what I wanted to say, okay? So it's kind of like an experiment with your mind that Spirit wants you to try, because you're going to be very surprised with the results, okay? I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pie number 2. So you chose this beautiful magic wand here with the golden heart. Let's look at your cards. Let's see what the message for you today is about, okay? Now, before we begin, I actually want to cleanse the energy here, okay? And then I'm going to channel the energy, and then we're going to look at the cards together. Okay, let's see. What is going on for you, pie number 2? Okay. So what Spirit wants to talk about, they want to talk about a relationship that is about to enter your life, or a relationship that you are already in. But the card here says a new relationship blossoms. So I'm picking up the energy. Spirit wants to talk about a person that you will be meeting very, very soon. And for others of you, you already met this person. Your connection is very fresh and very new. Okay, and there's something about what Spirit wants to talk about is they're saying that this person, I'm hearing don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, there's something about don't judge a book by its cover. This person has a lot more, this person is going to have a lot more positive influence on your life than you think in the beginning. It's kind of like, if I could describe the energy, it really feels like don't judge a book by its cover. Like, for example, this person could look like a fuckboy or like a very conceited lady, but when you talk to this person or give this person a chance and you have a conversation, you're actually going to find out that this person is really spiritual, and you've never guessed that this person would be spiritual based upon how they dress. Because, for example, when I go out, I'm sure that people think that I'm very cocky and stuck up and they don't know that I believe in spirituality and I'm actually very down to earth, or I just like to dress a certain way, but it doesn't mean like, you know, because some people that are spiritual, they dress also very spiritually, but like with you know, like symbols or like very bohemian and stuff like that, and I look a little bit more dark when I go out, so people could think a certain way about me, which is not really the truth. This is just like my outer shell, you know, like a very hard shell but a very soft core. Okay, and I'm picking up, there's something about spirit wants to let you know, don't judge a book by its cover. Give this person a chance to show who they really are. Okay, again, this could be a person that you've currently that you're currently talking to. Okay, to not, I'm hearing to not cloud or to not, let's say this person is standing in front of you. Just try to visualize with me, because I love to use visualization or like metaphors, because then the brain is really like grasping it, or for me at least. So let's say this person is standing in front of you, and then your brain starts to come up with assumptions and judgment about this person, and all of a sudden your judgment and your assumptions, they start to form clouds, and then these clouds are floating in front of that person and you cannot really see them clearly. This is what spirit wants to let you know. This might again either be a person that you recently met, you know them for like a few months, a few weeks, you met them yesterday. For others of you, this is coming to you probably this month, this week, very soon. Okay, and spirit wants to let you know, give this person a chance to talk to you, have a conversation with them. I'm also picking up the energy. This is almost this energy of like, go on a date with that person as long as you don't feel any bad vibes. But maybe even if you feel like, oh, this person, you know, like let's say they are a lawyer and you feel like, you know what, I don't want to go out with a lawyer. They're probably gonna be like, they don't even believe in spirituality. It could be true, but it could also not be true. So spirit wants you to give this person still a chance to show who they are, or maybe they are spiritual in a closet, or maybe you make them understand that, you know, they're not happy being a lawyer. You know, like there's so many things that can come from giving at least the person a chance to like have a conversation, or to talk, or to go on a date, and not to like you know, like not to let your assumptions and your judgments cloud your vision. Okay, because for example, the book that really changed my life, which is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, the book looks like shit. The cover is really not appealing. It looks like shit. It doesn't look like a book you would easily grab, but that was the book that freaking changed my life. It's a really, like, the cover is really freaking ugly. Like, I don't even know why I took the book, but I gave the book a chance just to open up the few pages, and I was mind blown. But the cover was freaking ugly, or not ugly, but it was not like something that you would go for or grab, you know. And I'm picking up the energy that spirit wants to let you know. I'm picking up this energy of like to go into the situation as neutral as possible. Okay, again, this might be a connection that you already are currently in. For others of you, this is a connection that is coming to you, and they just want to warn you to be neutral. Okay, no assumptions, no judgments until you have evidence. If you don't have evidence of them being a fuckboy, don't think about it, even if they look like one. If you don't have evidence of them not being spiritual, don't just put a label on them. Oh, they will not understand me. And it's funny because as I'm talking, it actually feels like I'm talking to myself. Okay, so I really feel you here. It's not that easy to be non-judgmental, but they're asking you to be non-judgmental here. Okay, to really give people a chance when they talk to you, or to not judge people based upon how they dress. Okay, because there's a lot, I'm hearing there's a lot hidden, you know, and sometimes we get blinded by how people dress or how people look. Maybe he's too beautiful to be faithful. That does not have to be the case at all. Okay, like don't do that. Don't let your mind sabotage that situation here. Okay, because I feel like there is someone coming towards you. This could be friendship, like platonic, romantic, business, doesn't matter. but it looks like you're gonna be a little bit surprised about how happy this connection makes you. Again, this could even be you guys go on a date and you find out, you know, we don't really fit as like a couple or like romantically, but I really like him as a friend, and all of a sudden you have like a new friendship, or the other way around, meeting as friends and then come to find out we are a little bit more attracted to each other than we thought. I'm also picking up the energy here. I'm going to show you the cards now. We have the Maiden, a new relationship blossoms. Okay, I think I want to not clarify, but there's like a book for the cards, so let me see what it says. The Maiden. And then we also have the Queen here, so this is definitely about like two people or two energies here, and it looks like it's a new relationship for most of you, or some like a very like a new relationship, or rekindling an old relationship, and then it has like a new tone to it. Okay, so it says, young and naive, the Maiden represents innocence, hope, and loyal friendship. She embodies purity and emotional longing. Heed the advice of a close and trusted friend. A new relationship blossoms. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, this is going to be more on a friendship basis, but it can also go in a different direction. Okay, we also have here the Son of Cups, which is the energy where I'm picking up this is the person that is coming towards you. So spirit is bringing a person to you. Now I want to say this is going to be different for all of you. This could be a date that you have with a person. There's no spark, but it was a really nice evening, and ever since that evening you have a new idea to create an art piece. That would be a very positive effect on your creativity, although it's not gonna be the romance of a lifetime, or talking to a stranger for hours. That was not planned, but somehow you guys really see eye to eye, and if you don't get any bad vibes, why not exchange numbers and meet again? And that connection is really helping you to be more grateful. Okay, or this could be full-blown, somebody's looking at you, you find them sexy, but you don't trust them, but they're actually very trustworthy. Okay, so go here with your intuition, if you feel that the vibe is good, because I'm picking up this person has really good vibes. Okay, whoever this person is, they make you feel very comfortable, they make you feel good, you will feel very, very comfortable around them, or you will feel like you are really vibing with each other, or you have the same humor, you have the same outlook on life. But there could be an energy of like, I'm also picking up an energy of like an age difference, where they might be younger than you, or they might be older than you. I'm picking up an age gap here. Okay, we have here the Queen, love and prosperity, because we have the Maiden and the Queen, and the Maiden and the Queen, there are two different energies, aren't they? The Queen is a little bit like on a higher position than the Maiden, so there's something about like two people that are very different yet very similar is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so there could be an energy where there's going to be an age difference. This person's 10 years older than you, and all your friends are in your same age, but for some odd reason you really vibe with that person who's 10 years older than you. Or this could be a person who's, you know, like 5 years younger than you, or like 3 years younger than you, and for some odd reason it's been a while since a person really understood where you came from, but now this young lady, this young man stands in front of you and they seem so wise. Although I'm picking up there's either like an age gap between you and the other person, and you're gonna be like a little bit surprised about it, like this is not gonna work, where there's 10 years apart between us. Okay, I'm also picking up the energy of like a very mature lady, and like a younger man is coming to you, and they fancy you, and you're gonna be like, what does a young man want from me? But this young man might be into mature ladies or mature men or something like that. There's something about like, as long as it is, you know, like legal, of course, but if there's nothing wrong legally, like why not just, you know, talk to that person? Okay, give this person, like I'm hearing, give this person a chance to show who they are, or give the universe a chance to show you why they bring this person into your life. Okay, something like that here. Because I'm picking up there's going to be a difference between you two. This could either be a difference in position or a difference in age. So this could also be like a businessman. They have their own restaurant and you're here, you're still a student. There's a huge gap, right, when it comes to academics or career-wise. Or this could also be an age gap here. This can be platonic, romantic, business, it doesn't matter. But there's some type of gap between you and the other person that is making you question where this will lead you, okay? But Spirit is bringing that person into your life for a reason, is what I'm hearing, okay? We also have here the Queen of Cups, and I'm picking up your intuition will also tell you that there's something special about that person. So your intuition will tell you, I think there's something special about that person, but maybe your mind will tell you that, oh, there's so many, like there's an age gap, this is not gonna work, or we're so different, this person is already like, I don't know, like well established, I'm still in the beginning, something like that, okay? I don't know what this is about, but there's something going on here. Spirit is saying there's something about you will be surprised why the universe is bringing this person to you, but you will only find out if you give this person a chance, or like meet up with them, or talk to them, or open up to them just a little bit, like not all the way, okay? Open up a little bit. Because I don't want to tell you guys to be open to anybody and like to everybody and anybody, but you know, to be a little bit more open. I think I want to put the light upon me because it's starting to get dark, so you guys can see the cards. Look at that. We have the Six of Cups. I'm picking up, this is like a soulmate, but this is like a, I don't want to say an odd soulmate, but this is like there's some type of difference between the two of you. This could be age-wise, academically wise, career-wise. There's a gap between you and this person, okay? Or like a big difference here. What is the difference? Let me see. Maybe we can find that out. What's the difference here? Yeah, one person is further in life than the other. Okay, one person is further in life than the other. Let me see. Or one person is older than the other. What is the difference between those two? Yeah, one person is oh, that's freaking interesting. Okay, listen. So there is an energy where either you or them is further in their career. I think I talked about that in a different reading where there was something about like a big fish is looking at a small fish. I'm actually picking up the energy here again. So it almost feels like Spirit wants you to be prepared that there's gonna be a difference between you and the other person that might make you feel insecure, or that might make you question whether or not you should meet up with them, whether or not you should continue that connection, whether or not you are ready for this opportunity. Spirit wants to let you know, don't judge a book by its cover. They're basically like preparing you for that situation. If you take anything away from that reading, don't judge a book by its cover, okay? Read a little bit inside the book so that you know that what you're thinking is reality. I actually talked about that in pile number 1, something about like how our thoughts are influencing us and we're not always realizing it. But there's an energy here of don't judge a book by its cover, because you might be a little bit shocked about the difference, or you might be a little bit shocked about something here in this connection, okay? Let me get one more. It feels like this person maybe is academically further than you, or they have accomplished a lot more than you, or they're older than you, or something like that. A big fish is looking at a small fish. I'm seeing that here again. Yeah, the Justice card. This feels like this connection is going to turn out to be so it's going to be different for all of you. For some of you guys, this is going to be like a one-time situation where you talk to somebody and it's really going to bring you further with your creativity, with your belief, with your faith. And for others of you, this is going to be like a solid new relationship, a solid new friendship, a solid new business partnership here. Okay, so keep an open mind. Yeah, there's something about keep an open mind. Don't judge a book by its cover. Try to be as open-minded as you can. Okay, to not be so judgmental, because you don't know, like spirit will show you why this person approached you or something like that. Okay, let me see. What do you want pie number 2 to know? Okay, one more. If your reading is shorter than pie number 1, it's because I had a lot to say in pie number 1. Okay, because I saw one comment that was talking about like why one, you know, reading is shorter than the other. It's really just because sometimes the messages are very long, sometimes they're very straight to the point. Okay, let me see. One last card here. What are you trying to tell pie number 3 of Swords? Okay, interesting. Oh my God, listen. And the Queen of Swords. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords here. Okay, what Spirit is saying is with the 3 of Swords, I think you might have really got hurt in the past by a person, and you're still like, there's still an energy of like, I need to guard myself, I need to be careful with people, which is beautiful. Continue doing that, okay? Because it's just you're just making sure that you are okay, right? So I'm not saying anything against it. However, there's an energy of don't look at new people with old eyes, or don't look at new people or new situations with the memory of old people and old situations. Just because somebody betrayed you in the past does not mean that the next person would do that. There's something about like don't bring the past into the future. Okay, like, oh, this happened to me in the past and it's gonna happen again. People are different, okay? Yes, there's a lot of people that are questionable, but there's also a lot of people that are very kind-hearted. Yeah, there's something about this situation will come to you. This person will come to you, okay? And this person might remind you of a past situation. This person might remind you of a past person. They might have the same hobby as your ex, okay? And in your mind, you're going to have like a defense mechanism, or you're going to feel like you want to push this person away. But in that case, this is still a new person, even if they have the same, the same hobby as, you know, like an ex. And before you completely make like a picture of that person, give this person a chance to show who they are before you, or like without these clouds of like assumptions and stuff like that. Okay, because with the 3 of Swords, there's still like some type of pain that you carry with you, which is completely fine, but don't carry the past into the future. Make sure that you catch yourself when you start to, oh, I'm also hearing, don't compare this person to people in the past. Something about this person deserves to be seen as like an individual, and not as I'm comparing this person with other people, because there might be something that will be I'm picking up the energy that this new relationship, this new connection will somehow trigger you. I don't know why. It might be bringing up thoughts from the past. It might bring out your insecurity because there's a big fish looking at you. There might be like something triggering you where this person says something that really brings you back to the past. But Spirit wants to let you know this is still a new person. This is still a new experience. You are wiser now. So don't take the past into the future. And if you do, it's only because of a lesson and not because of like a, I don't know, like that you compare this person. Okay, because again, I feel like what Spirit wants to let you know is you might get triggered by this new connection for whatever reason, and they want you to not impulsively react because you are triggered. So you're going to find yourself being triggered somehow for some reason with this person, not because this person is bad, but because they're triggering like a wound inside of you. They might be triggering an insecurity, like all of a sudden. Example, pie number 2. Let's say you are an artist, okay, and you always wanted to meet another artist, okay, so that you can share your passion with that person. excuse me, and then the universe brings an artist to you, but a very freaking oh hell no. But a very freaking successful artist, like so successful that it intimidates you. And then you're gonna ask yourself, like, why is this person even friends with me? I'm not even on this person's level. Like, I really like them, but I don't want to show them my art because I'm not that far as them. I'm not as advanced. And then your mind starts to sabotage a connection that is supposed to be a come up for you. Okay, then all of a sudden, like, your mind is going to sabotage that situation because it somehow triggers insecurities inside of you, or this person might even trigger jealousy inside of you. Like, I'm not a jealous person, but all of a sudden this beautiful, like, lady stands in front of me and she has accomplished so much and I feel so small next to her. Catch yourself. Don't sabotage it. If you think about it, what jealousy is doing, it's so weird to me if I think about it. And again, don't even judge yourself in that situation. No judgment, just observing, okay? Spirit is preparing you for that situation because it's gonna come or it's already happening in your life. But let's say you meet, like, again, this beautiful artist lady. She's super duper successful and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so intimidated. And I even feel a little bit jealous because she's so far in her career and I'm here, I'm a small fish. We really like each other, the energy is beautiful, but I still feel like a small fish. Now, tell me if it is intelligent to sabotage a friendship with a very advanced artist who could help you to bring your art out there. Jealousy in that situation is only sabotaging a connection that could be the reason why you have your breakthrough, that could be the reason why you have your come up, that could be the reason why you even become better at making art. This is like, or like you very naturally, like without paying anything, there's a coach in front of you because this person has gone through a lot more than you have, so you can learn so much from that person, and it's like you don't even have to pay them for them to coach you. Now tell me if it is like wise to ruin that connection just because you're jealous. It doesn't make any sense. If you really want to get to the point where this person is, it would the thing that would make the most sense is to spend as much time with them as possible so that you get to their level. But if you are jealous of them, you push them away, you stay where you are at. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm not talking about like you not making sense, but it's like sometimes like we get jealous or we get triggered by this trigger that we feel is like so stupid. It's like, why are you sabotaging a new friendship because of just feelings that come and go? So in that situation, the only thing that you have to do is not judge yourself, okay, because that can happen. That's very natural to get intimidated, but to find a way to not sabotage that connection. Okay, this is what they're basically saying here, to keep it short and simple, because you're gonna find yourself being a little bit triggered for whatever reason, okay? They might be triggering an old wound inside of you. Not that they're a bad person, but they're I'm picking up, there's something about like they might be bringing out insecurities, or they might be bringing out like something that you thought you healed from, but this is like the last lesson that you need to learn, or something along those lines, okay? So Spirit is just preparing you because they're coming, or they already are in your life, and the Spirit doesn't want you to sabotage that connection, okay, to give it a fair chance. Now I want to read out this card here from the book. The card says mildew fairy, and it says cleanup time. It's kind of like Spirit wants you to clean your glasses, you know, like there's still dust on your glasses from the past, and they want you to clean your glasses before you look at this new person, and not to look at this new person with the dust from the past. Okay, let's see, number 15. I have been talking in a British accent the whole day. I don't even know why. Hold on, guys. It says cleanup time. Some things just look like they're yuck, but they're not. They're very good things, and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So if the mildew fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you, which you have dismissed. And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself or to cover it up. Again, whatever is coming up as you meet this person or in this relationship, it's not for you to, like act as though it's not there, or even judge yourself for feeling jealous, or judging yourself for feeling insecure, or judging yourself for no judgment here. Just healing. No judgment, just healing. Okay? Spirit doesn't want you to judge yourself or what this energy brings out of you. Okay? And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself or to cover it up. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach it with. We talked about it. Okay? And then it says, the mildew fairy speaks. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there. Like me. I grow naturally when it's warm and wet. And I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. Again, the moment where you feel I'm freaking insecure can be the moment where you start to sabotage a beautiful connection, but it can also be the moment where you start to heal, so much so that it is your time to freaking shine. Okay, you can choose, but there's no need for you to judge yourself. A little less judgment about other people and about yourself, okay? Because judging does not help you. It will make you feel like you want to beat up yourself, or like you cannot be open about how you feel and what you think, okay? And that's the most important thing here. But all the time I'm showing you what is going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, as you will kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you just aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honor. Or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They're all healthy ways to honor me, and do not step thoughtlessly into that fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place. Don't ignore me right now. Something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. We talked about it, okay? Oh, and now my leg is hurting, so there might also be like physically something, okay, that your physical body might be even telling you something that needs to change, or you need to stop drinking coffee, or you need to, I don't know, like start doing yoga because your back hurts a lot. So this could, for some of you guys, this is also connected to your physical body, that your physical body has been trying to tell you something. Okay, let me get one more and then I'm going to leave you guys. I never know when to stop my readings. That's why they're always so long. But I also talk like a waterfall. You guys already know me. Thank you for taking me as I am. It's so funny that I say that, because I'm picking up the energy of like, you're going to be happy because this person takes you for who you are. But it might rekindle insecurities, and then the question is, do you take yourself for who you are? Or this could be like an energy of like, this person would tell you, thank you for taking me as I am. Okay, because they maybe sometimes have problems with like, you know, talking to people. What do we have here? The Empress. Interesting. I'm picking up the energy that there's something going on in your house of romance, or your house of like, how can I explain that energy? There's something about your connections or the people that you talk to. Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Spirit is saying there might be a person that is going to trigger you. The triggering doesn't happen because they're a bad person. The triggering is happening because it's time for you to heal this aspect about yourself, okay? And that this connection is actually going to be super duper beneficial for you, but it's a test. Do you heal or do you sabotage it? So I don't know what this means to you. Again, this might be happening in your life currently, or Spirit is preparing you for when this happens. You're gonna find yourself being triggered, although you really like this person, okay? And that's where the test comes in. Again, this could be platonic, business, romantic, doesn't matter. Did you just hear that? Doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, the Temperance. Spirit is bringing you and another soul, another person together. Okay. And I'm hearing for a very important reason. And you're only going to find out when you explore that path, that conversation, that meeting with that person, okay? Alrighty. I think that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Pie number 2. I hope you guys like this reading. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pie number 3. Last but not least, that is the thingy-majigger that you've chosen. Your magic wand. Hold on. The magic wand wants to have its own moment too. So that's your magic wand, okay? The one that you've chosen. Let's look at your cards, what your message is about today. Give me a moment here. I want to clean up a little bit. We're going to channel the energy first, and then I'm going to show you the cards as I speak, okay? Let's see. First things first that I want to tell you, or Spirit is saying, is you are not crazy. There is something going on. Okay? You might have told yourself, like, I have a weird feeling in that situation, in that environment, with that person, when I eat that food, okay? But I think I'm just exaggerating. I think I'm crazy, or I think I'm just tripping. You are not. There is something, okay? So first things first that Spirit wants to talk about is don't dismiss what you're feeling, because what you're feeling, it very much has like a, there's a reason why you're feeling what you're feeling, or there's a reason why you feel drained after you go there. There's a reason why you feel drained after you talk to that person. There's a reason why every time you meet with that person, something breaks, or something falls down, or every time you are with that person or in that environment, you feel like nauseous, or you feel like you want to throw up, or you always get sick every time you go there. There's something about you are not crazy. There is a deeper meaning behind what is happening. I'm picking up the energy. What Spirit wants to talk about is that your intuition is becoming stronger. Let me find the right words here. I'm picking up what Spirit wants to talk about is they want to talk about how don't let yourself be gaslit. Like, I'm picking up the energy that somebody is trying to tell you that what you're thinking is like you are exaggerating, or you're crazy. You might be telling this yourself, or this might be a person in your environment that tells you that you're crazy, or that you're exaggerating, that you're too sensitive, it was just a joke and stuff like that. But it was not. There's something darker attached to that energy, okay? That was not a joke. That was somebody poking at you, okay? Just if you felt like something is wrong, okay? I'm not talking about you and your sister making a joke and you laugh a lot. I'm talking about like a person who tends to make jokes that hurt you over and over and over again, okay? There is something about, like, I'm picking up the energy. What Spirit wants to let you know is that somebody is poking you, and they're saying they're not doing anything, but in actuality they're actually doing something. Or if it's not particularly a person, this could be that there's something in your diet that is not making you feel good, or there could be also something lacking in your diet, which is the reason why you always find yourself being tired. And you maybe told yourself like, oh, I just need to drink more coffee, or I'm just not as strong as other people, but this is literally just a vitamin missing in your diet, okay? It's not that you are weaker than other people. It is that there is a vitamin like missing in your diet, for example. Okay, so they want you to explore a little bit in that realm. How can I fight my fatigue, for example, although I ate and stuff like that. For others of you, this could also be an energy where you are in a city, and it doesn't matter what it is, a city, a food, a lifestyle, an event, a work situation, an environment, a store, whatever it is, there's something that made you feel like, I don't know, I feel weird here. It doesn't feel right. I don't feel right. I don't feel good when I talk to them. My energy drops every time I eat this, every time I am with that person, every time I watch that movie, whatever it is. So what Spirit wants to talk about is, do not dismiss your intuition and your physical symptoms as just that. Like just, oh, you know, like, I don't know, every time I am with that person, I feel like throwing up, but there's something wrong with me. Maybe your body is giving you a signal not to meet with that person or not to have sex with that person when you always have like something going on down there when you have sex with them. Okay, it can even go in that direction. So there's something about you already know the truth. Don't dismiss it because you already know the truth. Okay, you're not crazy. There is something going on. There is something that is not quite right in that situation. And if you learn to listen to your intuition and not deem yourself as crazy, you're gonna avoid a lot of chaos and a lot of problems in the future. Kind of like, I always take this, how do you say that? I always say that as like an example, but it's kind of like your intuition tells you to take an umbrella with you. Do you do it? No, you don't do it. Then you go out and you need an umbrella. And then you tell yourself, oh my God, I knew that I should have, like I was supposed to take an umbrella with me, but you didn't. But this can also go in like in a bigger extent where your intuition tells you not to go to that party, but then you do, and then you end up drinking too much, and then you end up, I don't know, like ripping your new favorite jeans. Okay. There is something about trusting your intuition because you've asked yourself, am I tripping? Am I exaggerating? Am I too sensitive? Or is there really something weird? There is something weird, is what your spirit guides want you to know. There is something that is not quite right. Okay? We have here the card, the Seer. It says, follow your intuition. We have here the Strength card. Okay. This is just for somebody in particular. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm hearing... Oh, that's interesting. I'm being brought to Beauty and the Beast. And I'm hearing the person that everybody thinks is the good person, or the sheep, is actually the wolf in sheep's clothing. And the person that everybody thinks is the beast is actually the victim, or the person that really is just minding their own business or doing their own thing. So there could be a situation in your life where there's one person and everybody believes that person, but they're actually the one lying. Again, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Just keep it in the back of your mind as you go, because I don't, want to say like this person's lying, but something is going to be revealed here, how one person who was in the right was like, their character got like assassinated, or I'm also hearing the energy of like, or I'm hearing the word defamatory, okay, where somebody tricked another person to look like the bad guy even though they're not. And you might be realizing that to some extent. This could be in your family, this could be at work, okay? It doesn't matter. This could also be like, I was thinking that the coffee is the problem, but the coffee is not the problem. The problem is that my diet lacks zinc. Does that make sense? We have here the card Satire. It says revelry and indulgence. Okay. You've noticed that something is not good for you, and Spirit is saying you are not crazy, something is going on. And this card says, see beacon fairy guidance, but where will it lead you? There's something about you don't trust your own guidance, or you need to learn to trust your own guidance. Okay, this could also be like, with the Fool card I'm picking up, this might be like a new person, a new environment, a new experience, a new medication, something about like this might be something new in your life. Okay, this energy that is questionable here, but I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper. Do you want pile number 3 to know? Hold on, guys. Oh, hell no. Hold on. These cards are very slippery. I love them. Hold on. They're doing... Excuse me. Okay, let's see. I'm putting the light upon me so that you guys can see, you know, the cards. Because since it is winter time now, it gets really dark really fast, and I don't like the ring light and stuff like that. But even that could be a, how do you say that, an example to just follow your intuition that tells you, no, I don't want to film with a ring light. It could be as small as that, but it could have like a big impact. There's something about you know what is good for you, so trust your bodily symptoms, or trust when your body speaks to you, or you already like, when it feels good, it feels good, and when it feels wrong or when it feels draining, it feels draining. There's no need to sugarcoat it. There's no need to, you know, like, there's no need to, because again, I feel like sometimes we don't want to admit that, you know, this coworker that is always smiling at us is actually very draining, or it's very exhausting to talk to that person. But there's something about, don't sugarcoat it, or sugarcoating that situation is not helping you here at all, okay? Something like that. I'm also hearing it is what it is. So this is also not to judge another person. It's just accepting the situation for what it is. This is draining me. Talking to you drains me. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it drains me. So I need to find myself a little bit more distant. For example, just an example here. This could also be like, I need to incorporate zinc into my diet. No sugarcoating it. I've been trying to move forward with my life and just try to be strong, but maybe I need a little bit of help when it comes to vitamins. Let's see. Wait, what do you want pile number 3 to know? Okay, here we go. We have the 9 of Pentacles here. Let me see. Yeah. This is indeed. There's somebody here. I'm also hearing there's something happening behind your back, and you already feel that something is not quite right. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like, I'm hearing it's like a niggling feeling that you have about a person, an environment, a situation, a party. Your body tells you not to do it, not to go there, not to talk to this person, not to tell them about your, you know, about where you live. It, like, Spirit wants you to follow that, okay? It's better to be careful than to be sorry, or do, what do you say? It's better to be, I don't know how you say it, but it's kind of like, it's better to be extra cautious or even superstitious than to chill in a situation that is not good for you, if that makes sense. One more. That's very interesting. Give me a moment here, guys. 8 of Pentacles. They want to talk about work. This could be somebody at work, or somebody that you work with, somebody that wants to work with you. It doesn't have to be your job. It could also be somebody that wants to work with you when it comes to your projects. Like, also be careful when it comes to business here, when it comes to like signing contracts or doing something for somebody. Let's see, let me get a few more cards. You see, it's quite hidden here. Why is the Fool card here? What's going on? We have the King of Cups. I'm hearing you're the type of person to welcome everybody with an open heart, or you are just a very like empathic, very understanding person, okay, who doesn't want to see the bad in other people, or who is trying to who's trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, but in this case, it's not this is not the situation to give a person the benefit of the doubt or to dismiss what you're feeling, because this is like your bodily symptoms or your intuition is your spirit guides trying to help you, okay? So if you dismiss it, and again, there's nothing wrong, no judgment. I've done that so many times, believe me. But when do we start to realize, I've been dismissing my intuition for so many times, when do I start to pick up the signs or the red flags very early so I don't end up in a situation that traumatizes me? Does that make sense? Where's the Tower here? We have the World card here. You could be feeling that there's like an ending coming your way, or you could be feeling like, I'm even picking up this energy of like, I don't know. I'm picking up that you have a feeling that something is, I'm also picking up the energy of like traveling, that you want to travel, but you feel like you should travel later, or you should travel earlier than the date that you set your mind to. Let me see, where's the Tower here? What's going on? Five of Pentacles, okay. 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 I'm picking up the energy. Spirit might be wanting to talk about like that somebody is influencing your finances more than you think. Okay, so this could be that somebody, if you have been feeling like every time you are with this person, you see that your numbers are decreasing, or that your business is not going as well, or that every time you are with this person, you really suck, or your performance really sucks at work. Look a little bit deeper into that, because people can actually affect our performance and they can affect our financial situation just with their energy. Because if you want to move forward and this person is like bumping head with your energy, they don't want you to move forward. It's like a constant bumping heads and there is no moving forward, is it? Until this person is, you know, out of the way and you can move forward with your intention. For others of you, there could be an energy where you have, might be something about like put money away for rainy days, or put money away because you might need it. You might think everything is okay, but this might be money, or this might even be money that somebody in your surroundings might need. For others of you, I'm also picking up the energy. This is for somebody just in particular, okay? And again, I love you guys. This comes from a place of love. But for some of you guys, there might be an energy where you are addicted to shopping, and it's important for you to address that. Okay, just for somebody out here, I love you guys. I want you to thrive, but somebody out here might have like a shopping addiction, or might be spending too much money on food, I wanted to say, on shopping. Or there could also be an energy where you have to realize that this person is really, you're helping them so much financially, and you have to ask yourself if you can continue to do that, or, you know, like, because everybody's like creating their own happiness. So you're not supposed to like support a person if you don't have the money for it, okay? Or something about like, don't say yes that you can help them when you cannot. It's okay to say no, you cannot help, okay? I'm also picking up something about like take care of your wallet, take care of your pockets. Something about like take care of your belongings, especially when you travel, okay? When you travel, put the most important things into your handbag and not into your suitcase, or I don't know, or the other way around. Like take care of your belongings here, okay? And again, for others of you, this might be like somebody is influencing your financial situation more than you think. They're draining you of money, or you're helping them so much that you put yourself in a bad situation for somebody out here, okay? Where's the Three of Wands here? I don't like it when the Seven of Swords comes out. Okay, let me get one more. Give me a moment, I have to dig a little bit deeper here. Oh, let me show you the card. We have the Seven of Swords, so you guys see something here. We also have the Five of Pentacles, which talks about like financial difficulty. This could also talk about ghosting, okay? That somebody leaves you on red or you leave somebody on red. Okay. I'm also hearing if you felt sad that somebody left you on red or ghosted you, there's a reason behind that, okay? It might be there to teach you a lesson, or this might be an energy where maybe this person is going through something, so it's nothing personal, okay? So don't take it personally if you don't know the full story, basically, what is happening in their life and stuff like that. And then for others of you, you dodged a bullet with this person not responding to you. Let me see. Why is the satire here? What is that about? This is gonna get interesting. Huh. Okay, one more. Where's the revelry and indulgence here? Like there could be emotional manipulation going on, the Sun. So I'm picking up, this could be like somebody who's very close to you, or somebody that you perceive as a friend, as a nice co-worker, as an acquaintance, but this person is not, they're using, like they know that you have like a good heart, or that you are easy, that it's easy to convince you. You see, I cannot even speak properly. That it's easy to convince you because you have a good heart, but you have to be a little bit careful. Again, I feel like it has something to do with like you always say yes, you can help, when in actuality you can't, or when in actuality you need a little bit time for yourself. And it's important for you to learn to say no, to not sugarcoat, or to be really honest to that person and tell them like, hey, I don't have the funds to help you here, or I really want to spend time for myself. Or for some of you guys, I'm also picking up somebody here. Take it with a grain of salt, only if it applies. If not, leave it for somebody else. I'm also picking up somebody realized here that they want to be single. So somebody here is in a connection and they realize that they would rather want to be single. And it's time for you to be honest with yourself, okay? You might be scared to tell the other person that you want to be single, but it needs to be said, because else you are living a lie, and it's also not fair to the other person, okay? I know that some people like to live a pretty lie, but I'm over here, give me the ugly truth, because I cannot tell myself a pretty lie. Like I don't know why I can't, but I can't. Okay. Yeah, there's something about a pretty lie and an ugly truth in your life, okay? I want to clarify the satire here. Let me see, give me one moment. It could also be like not wanting to accept that it's time for you to move to a different country, because you want to stay there, your family is there, but you can see that your mental health is declining where you're living. You're only there because of your family. Does that make sense? So what decisions do you make because of you? I'm also hearing like your health is more important, or your financial stability is more important, okay? Because if you go down, you can help nobody. I don't know what this is about here. So the satire says, the satire is playful, mischievous, and prone to overindulgence. He is a symbol of music, dance, revelry, and celebration. The satire also represents decadent, lustful, and lewd behavior. For others of you, there could also be an energy where something that you perceived, yeah, I'm also picking up it was funny in the beginning, but it's not funny anymore, or it was like very I was laughing a lot in the beginning, or I was smiling a lot, or I felt good in the beginning with this person in that work situation, in that environment, in that city, but it doesn't feel right anymore. I'm picking up the energy of like somebody who's like realizing that you're not smiling as much as you used to, or that things are not the same as they used to be. and your feelings, your emotions are telling you it's time for a change, but you might be like, you know, like trying to convince yourself like, oh no, you know, this is just a, you know, like a bump in the road. I'm gonna find a way to be happy in this relationship again, or something like that, or I want to make the other person happy here, because we've been friends for years, we've been acquaintances, we've been co-workers for years. And something about like you have to be truthful with yourself and with the other person, even if it's a fucking ugly lie. Okay, something about a pretty lie and an ugly truth is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I don't know in which situation this, you know, is playing out in your life, but I'm picking up somebody who wants to do their own thing, and they're not telling the other person that they want to do something on their own, or they want to make a decision on their own, and not considering the other person like, I want to do this for me. Okay, but there might be somebody else who's like telling you, or who's like, who wants to do, I'm also hearing this energy of like somebody wants to always be by your side, or they're calling you a lot, they're texting you a lot, and you actually need time for yourself, but you're afraid to tell them that. Something like that, I don't know. Let me see one more. Where's the Nine of Pentacles here? I'm also hearing the song by by Mac Miller. You can't fight the feeling. You can't fight the feeling, no. Yeah, you have to make a decision here. Things are not going to get better when you brush them under the rug, or like trying to be strong for the sake of like not letting another person down. But if this is your truth, you have to speak it. Living a lie does not feel good here, okay? Because I'm picking up there's something that has been burdening you. I don't know, again, I feel like it has something to do with, I would rather do this, but I'm not doing it because of another person, or I would rather do this, but I'm not sure if I'm just overreacting, or if I'm just, you know, like too sensitive, but it actually hurts me, but I don't tell that person this joke hurts me. Something like that, okay? Apply that to your situation here. Where's the Magician here? There could be an energy where somebody here wants to focus more on their career and less on a friendship, or less on a connection. Ooh, the Devil's here. Or there could also be an energy where somebody's focusing too much on work, like where work is really occupying your whole mind, your soul, and your work situation is sucking the soul out of you, and you're not the same, or you change. You're kind of like a little bit losing yourself in all the workload, okay? And people maybe have been trying to tell you to slow down or find a different job, but you feel like you have to continue. Does that make sense? There's something about like sometimes telling yourself, I'm not strong enough to continue this, is you being strong. Because that's when the situation changes. I'm also hearing before as self-destruct. There's something that you do that is like that it's a destructive behavior, or you're not admitting something to yourself here, okay? That you maybe want to focus more on your work instead of a connection, or that you need more time for yourself instead of time together, or that your job is, you know, more demanding than you thought, and it has been affecting your health more than you want to admit, okay? One more. What's going on here? Four of I'm picking up the energy where somebody doesn't have enough energy for what they actually want to do, because you put other people's like needs and demands before yourself, to the point where you're super duper drained in the end of the day, and there's not much left for you to do what you actually want to do. There's something about you have to put your big girl, your big boy pants on and speak the truth in that situation. First of all, admitting something to yourself and then also admitting it to another person. If they don't understand where you're coming from, if they don't understand that your health is more important, well then there you have the answer, okay? There's something about, I feel like something is draining you and you don't want to admit that it is draining you because for whatever reason, okay? Or you don't want to admit that around a certain person things always go wrong because you like them, but there's something weird with their energy that interferes with your energy and somehow it creates chaos in your life or confusion, okay? Okay guys, I'm gonna read out this card over here. This card says Sea Beacon Fairy, and it says guidance, but where will it lead you? Okay, so this is what we're gonna read out from the book. Yeah, there's something about no sugarcoating, straight to the point, don't beat around the bushes. You know what the problem is, or you know where you're going wrong, or you know what the problem is, but you might be hesitant to admit it to yourself, if that makes sense, because you want to be strong or something like that, or I don't know, you want to hold your ground here. Okay, let's see. So it says Sea Beacon Fairy. Sometimes when the clear path seems to be taking you in the right direction, it helps to know who is holding the light. Because while this beautiful Sea Beacon Fairy is most certainly guiding a lost ship, who knows whether she leads it towards rocks or towards safe harbor? And this is the choice you have to make now. Is this path that is clearly being lit the right one, simply because there is light? Is the source a true and good guide? Would you be best to await another way out of the storm, or are you so eager to avoid the storm and the challenge that you will follow the first light that comes along? The Sea Beacon Fairy speaks. I do hold up the light, but only you can choose as to whether the direction I will lead you in is the right one for you at this time. It may be your salvation I lead you to. And it may be that I am gathering souls and you will perish upon rocks or drown in cold seas. I know this is hard to hear. It is not a sure thing. This advice and guidance you have received, and for all its insistence that it comes from the light, the advice may not be that which you need to follow at this time. I understand this may be confusing, but I am assuring you mostly of one great truth, that perhaps you must find your own way out at this time. So kind of like walking your own way, or walking your own path, or trusting your own decision, or trusting your own judgment here in this case, because we talked about, I'm picking up that you want to do your own thing, but you're not doing it because you consider somebody or something, or you are not fully, like you're not admitting to yourself that something is not quite right, or that something is right, okay? The divination message says, a perfect solution to a problem has been presented to you, but whether it is wise to take it is another thing altogether. You may have more resources and opportunities than you are aware of, or than you are allowing yourself to believe in. And you know, there's also said, I know it's hard to hear, so this is something that is a little bit hard to accept. There's something about accept it, and like Spirit is saying, I know it's hard to accept it, but it is important because you're not here to live an ugly lie. No, a pretty lie. Sorry, guys. Where was I? Do not be too quick to follow the first opportunity that comes. Wait and check both your sources and your inner wisdom. There are many paths and many solutions. Not all advice will be right for you. So there could also be an energy where you follow somebody's advice and it doesn't feel right to follow this person's advice, okay? Even question my advice, because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to, you know, like, I'm here to spark your intuition, okay? So even if you feel like what I'm saying is very confusing and should I do this, should I do that? The judge that you should listen to is your body, your physical symptoms, the way you feel, your inner compass, okay? There's something about it's time for you to look at this, accept it, make a decision, do your own thing, trust your own judgment, be your own person, be your own individual, choose your health here, okay? In whatever situation that is. Okay, my beautiful pile number 3. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope it helped. I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye.